We're going live!
Here we go. And welcome to Overtime, brought to you by KingsCast at www.kingscast.net. I'm Keith Cornell.
And I'm Chris Calazius.
And we have very limited tape, so we gotta do this quick. Folks, it's episode 75 entitled, The Cup is Ours.
The Stanley Cup was supposed to be ours this year!
Okay, Keith, so we got back. Kings finally are back playing. They had 4 days off after the huge win against Vancouver, which we beat them twice in 2 games. That's pretty good.
Huge.
A little revenge there against our playoff rivals, but sort of a weird game tonight against the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, this isn't the Carolina Hurricanes team of old, like of last year, where they were horrendous, and I think they had 5 wins or something like that.
It was terrible.
This is a pretty good team, but came out sluggish as usual. And let's talk about the power play. Now, the power play has been absolutely atrocious this season so far. I think we're 1 for 20.
Oh, it's absolutely terrible. And I'm not really sure why. We haven't lost anybody significant on the power play. We haven't really gained anybody either, other than Ponikarovsky. And we have a year of experience. I'm just not sure what's going on, but I mean, unless John Van Boxmeer is now running the power play.
What's up, Kings fans? Carolina Hurricanes in town tonight. This is not last year's Carolina Hurricanes. This team is actually good. But the Kings had 4 days off, so I'm looking for a big game for the Kings. 2-0 Kings after the first period.
I'm going to talk about the scoring tonight. Ryan Smith, again, who was our leading goal scorer, very surprisingly.
Smith for Hart.
Hey.
I'm calling it now.
Yeah, I like it.
It's going to happen.
But, you know, he had another good game. He was out there. He was one of the more visible players, I thought, on the Kings tonight.
And in the last 2 games, I thought as well.
Yeah, no, he has been. He's been great all season. So.
Okay, so end of the first period, it's tied 2-2. Jonathan Bernier looks like Eric Erzberg out there. Gave up a couple of softies. Jack Johnson with a huge turnover. I don't know if the Kings can keep up with it. Right now, I'm going to say Carolina 4-3 in the shootout.
I think where we're at right now is the second line of Smith, Stoll, and Justin Williams is really our first line as far as production goes. They're playing really good hockey, and that's where they should be. You look at the first line with Andrei Kopitar, Dustin Brown, and Laktianov, who had a goal tonight, and a really sick goal at that.
Yeah, it was.
Still, I don't think they're settling in. Kopitar did have a goal. Well, you know what? There was good production on that line tonight.
Well, it was, but it was very frustrating early on. But, yeah, Kopitar got that first goal out of the way, which you can just see him on the ice, his face, that he had a huge sigh of relief. I mean, it's always something to get that goal. And obviously with the start he had last year, which was ridiculous, he got that goal, got it out of the way, so now he can just focus on moving forward and keeping scoring goals, because it's obviously been a challenge. Our first line, I mean, let's be honest, is more like our second line.
Okay, Kings fans, so the second period is over, and what a sloppy period. The Kings' power play is atrocious. Bernier looks awful out there. Yeah, it's 3-3, but just got word that Drew Doughty is injured, out for the game. Upper body injury, hope it's not serious. I'm thinking this one's going to extra periods. Hopefully the Kings get on top. I'm going to say they win by a goal. 4-3 Kings. Go Kings.
Please.
Well, the difference between this team now and this team last year is I think we have defensive depth, and Drew Doughty would be sorely missed, of course, but we still have Jack Johnson, Rob Scuderi, Willie Mitchell, Matt Green is coming back, Jake Muzzin and Drew Doughty didn't even look bad tonight, so we still have that depth there. If we had lost to Kopitar, yeah, let's phone it in. Let's phone it in the season.
Well, yeah, or a quick, too. And speaking of quick, obviously there's another game tomorrow night in Phoenix. So Jonathan Bernier, the heir apparent, had the start tonight, and very shaky the first 2 periods, which gave up a couple bad goals and could not get his glove on the puck, had several opportunities, gave up some goals. Definitely concerning for those first 2 periods.
Absolutely. I had nominated Jonathan Bernier after the second period for the Unvezna, which is not good. He looked a lot like Eric Erzberg, but in the third period really stepped it up and showed why he was a first-round pick and was stellar in the third period, and we ended up winning the game 4-3. So, good job.
Yeah.
All right, so the Kings win 4-3. Jonathan Bernier, who had a bad game, came up big in the third. Kings are 4-1. The Stanley Cup is ours. Ryan Smith with the Hart. Andrei Kopitar with the Lady Bing. Quick with the Vezina. It's going to be a huge year for Kings fans.
Kings fans, we thought a lot about it. Your question of the day is, if Drew Doughty's out for a significant period of time, what happens to the Los Angeles Kings? Leave your comments, as always, downstairs.
Yo, what's up, Kings fan? Big game against the division rivals, the Phoenix Coyotes tonight. In front of a huge crowd, about 800 people in Phoenix tonight. Doan is out. Doughty is out. Quick is in. So looking for a big game from the Kings tonight. Go Kings.
Hey, what's going on, Kings fans? It is the end of the first period. The Kings are down 2-0. They look slow, lethargic. Yeah, it's back-to-back games, but it's the start of the season. Nothing really in the scoring department, goaltending department, turnover department. Paging Jack Johnson, Drew Doughty is out. It would be nice if he stepped up. But I don't think we got this one. Hate to say it. I don't think we're going to come back like we did last night. I don't really even care what the score is.
Okay, so the second period is over. Kings' power play is still awful. Wayne Simmonds getting a goal, which is nice, but Kings' power play unit giving up a shorty. I know the Kings have done some good stuff in the third period this season, but I don't know if they got it. I'm not feeling it tonight. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I think the Kings lose by a goal tonight, but I hope I'm wrong. Go Kings.
All right, so the Kings lose 4-2. If you watched any of the game, it's to be expected. They did not play well. Jack Johnson was really not good, and I don't know why. Wayne Simmonds had a couple of goals, which is great, but unfortunately, our episode is titled "The Cup Is Ours." I don't know if that's necessarily the case right now. Let's give it the rest of the season to see how it goes. But you know what? Things could always turn around. We're 4-2. That's still a pretty good record. Looking forward to next Saturday when Kovalchuk comes to Staples Center. See you there.
Our playoff march is dead!
So this is a segment that we actually had during the podcast that we did for 4 years.
Good segment.
And it is called What's New at Staples. We take a look at what Staples Center, what they're doing new this year. So here we present What's New at Staples.
What's new at Staples? They have automatic towel dispensers in the men's room, which distributes approximately 3 inches of paper towel to dry your hands.
Which I like because, I mean, since the auto flush, there hasn't been a huge improvement in the restroom facilities, but I like the paper towel dispensers. They're nice.
You know what? I know the Kings want to be green, and I really like the inconvenient truth, but at the same token, my hands were just wet all night, and it was just, I didn't like it.
So speaking of green, the Kings have a new intro, like they do every year. They have a new kind of crazy thing going on, and that is a green laser light show, which is pretty cool. I have to question the color green. I'm not sure why it's green, but it's pretty spectacular. Also part of the intro is a crazy sort of animation thing. And they had one last year where they had a castle and they did like videos of historic past. And this year I think it's a little cheap.
It's like a CGI that you would create on like a Toys R Us computer for like a 6-year-old. It's really bad. And then at one point, Dustin Brown, an animation of him comes out of a castle and he throws down his stick like, "You shall not pass!" And then everybody freezes on the opposite team, and then he shoots a puck and they explode. It's like a really awful Lord of the Rings. The other thing that the Los Angeles Kings have done to become green, Al Gore would like this, they got rid of the scorecards. And I mean, Kings fans, look, you get a scorecard. It's a picture of a Kings player, and on the back has the numbers and stats of everyone on the Kings and the opposing team. It was a great reference for people in the East, like the Carolina Hurricanes, that would come by and you didn't know who was number 8. Patrick O'Sullivan,
which was Patrick O'Sullivan. And also, like, who the heck is this goalie? I had no idea who that guy was. It wasn't Ward. I knew that. No. But, like, they're going green, and if you want a scorecard now, you have to print it out online. So people are just not going to do that and go to a game. I mean, you're kidding. And lastly is the Jumbotron. Obviously, a massive upgrade. Staples Center is, what, 11 years old now?
Sure.
It's getting there. So, obviously, a huge upgrade. It is an HD. It is actually pretty friggin' spectacular. I doubt it was for Kings fans. I think the Lakers' money paid for it.
Definitely.
But it's so cool that it's almost distracting because it's just so ridiculously clear. It's nice. I don't know if I'm supposed to watch the game live or if I'm supposed to watch it on the Jumbotron. It's really nice.
Finally, one other thing, and Chris, it's been bothering me now for years. I really think they should have fixed it. But when you're washing your hands after using the restroom in a cold ice arena, you know what I would like? Warm water. Yes. And Kings fans, that has been your What's New at Staples Center in 2010/11.
So Kings fans, we will be back next week for the humongous Halloween episode where Ilya Kovalchuk comes to Staples Center expecting some massive boos, like of Blake proportions. Yes, against the New Jersey Devils.
The New Jersey Devils, who can only ice like 5 forwards and 2 defensemen. It will be interesting. It will be our special Halloween episode. Stay tuned for that. I'm Keith Cornelick.
And I'm Chris Kalazewski.
And thank you for watching Overtime by KingsCast.